But hey there, Crumbs here. And it is finally up and running. Rather, has been up and running for a while now. so let's go take a look. So this is a drowned farm. It's a river-based version. Go back to originally again inspired by Ilmango's video, however long ago. Unfortunately, even one this size is now slower than the new like zombie reinforcement based drowned farms. So if you want the most copper fastest, most efficiently with easier bit easier to build than having to clear out a whole area, yeah, you should go with those ones. But this one is pretty nice. I think it's kind of cool. And it's fun to have it up and working in my world. I'll go back through the activation process real quick and just work through the system, how the whole thing works. So it's not a great system, but I wanted to see if I could increase the speed a little bit, and it very quickly ran into issues with the clocks down here, so I just set this up. Just have to turn on the clocks first. This is, of course, the collection sorting system. This here turns on all the piston pushers. One by one, it takes a little while for them to get going. Oh. When they do, they end up pushing drowned here into the center. And it's a little bit offset. And this activation setup here, this little input here will activate or deactivate these two sections every time it changes day to night. I'll explain that here in a moment, but for now we'll turn that on. And we have clocks here that will output a signal every other direction, every other time. So it'll turn one on, turn it off, then turn the other on, turn it off. I'll go back and forth. Okay. Yep, I just had to figure out which way it would work, and then I built the clock facing the same exact orientation, because this setup, the update order can be different depending on which direction these are facing. Of course, these extra clocks and all that, switching back and forth, was not just extra complexity for complexity's sake. The issue with this farm is if they're full, depending on the weather and the time of day, they'll hang out, wander around, they're not going to fall out. Additionally, once you hit 70, at least for a single player, you're just not going to get any more spawns. So there's no point in having more water around if you're not getting any more spawns out of it. And having the water fall down drops them out each cycle. So all the drowned will fall down. I don't know what's going on with the animation here. So having the water drop all the way down and drop them out makes it so this will still work at nighttime or during the rain when they would otherwise swim around instead of falling out. I built different heights because I was just messing around trying to see what would be optimal. I tried as few layers as possible to see if they would fall out even at night, and they would occasionally, but it's not worth it. So it's ultimately better to have larger spawning volume, or effectively spawning spaces, and then just cycle through letting the water drop out, fill the entire area, and then slowly fall down. And getting these heights was pretty good. Then I have this section which stays on during the day. Again, the little setup there is there to turn it off at night and on during the day. So at night, when the drowned, instead of falling down, they'll swim around. The mob cap will more generally be filled, and these ones aren't going to do anything. They're just going to hang out in here. So I deactivate those and let the mob cap get filled just with the 6 sections where they will still get dropped down at night. Then of course we'll turn back on during the day. So use a basic setup of using pistons like this to push the drowned around back at my double witch up perimeter. We have a little drowned farm there. Good, of course. Right in here, killing chamber. Sit back here, whack at them in there. Items get dropped over here. I just have a bunch of basic item filters to collect the copper ingots in this, where I craft them up into copper blocks. And as mentioned before, I've actually had this going for a little while. So, get together a decent collection of copper at this point. And ultimately, I want to let just the copper ingots flow directly into storage back at the hub over there. I'm going to use just a basic system to the nether to send them over there. I think it works alright. I initially tried some sort of wood for the structure, but let's take a quick look. You can probably guess that it didn't look too great on the map. But this color, I think it's fine. Oh, yep, and now it's nighttime. The ones that are normally out get deactivated. So here at night, it is still functioning, but it's a little slower. You spend more time with the mob cap actually full than during the day. Oh, there it goes. I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's a little unfortunate that this is no longer the best way of doing things if you just want to let it get a lot of copper. It's cool to build, it's a fun project, and it's fun to have working, and it does still get you a decent amount of copper. And of course the reason I need that much copper is because I want to build a copper dome over this entire thing, and then some kind of roofing out to the sides, northeast, west, south. I like it all good. I'll stop there with this one. Just a short, quick look at this farm. I think it turned out pretty well. It's definitely worked to get me a decent amount of copper. So, hope you enjoyed, found some interesting. I'll take care. Cheers.